So the cameras turn on to reveal a human man with blue eyes and reddish brown hair, somewhat unshaven, but with a charming face and a strong nose. And on his forehead, he has a tribal tattoo of the Web of Weird in black ink, matching the rest of the ink on his arms and torso. He holds up a microphone and he says, "Welcome to Cooking with Thorns. My name is Nethai the Voice, and may I present our judges." And the camera pans over to the right, showing a man with more feline features, tiger-like, with yellow eyes. We have joining us today, Nethai the Voice continues, a special guest, Dahul. We also have Offsea, Autumn Hand, and joining us for the first time today, Gwendolyn Grace, showing when talking about Offsea, a dark-skinned human man with dreadlocks pulled back into a ponytail. And he smiles and gives a wave. And before the camera pans over to another human, this one female with fair skin, brown hair, and bright green eyes. And she smiles and gives a polite nod, and Nethai continues. Today, in our competition, we have Team Easy Bake versus Team Divine Fools. Which one of you guys would like to give your 1-minute introduction first?
Avery, do you want to go for it?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
All right. So, the camera focuses in on you, Demir.
Oh, boy.
And Nethai motions that you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Oh, boy. I mean, yeah, so Demir is kind of she's a human woman, I guess, if we're going to go very descriptive. She's a human woman with kind of dark skin, dark curly hair, freckles, like dark eyes, just like very, very pretty and striking, like round features and big eyes, and she's dressed actually like fairly simply for this. She has like an apron on, she has her sleeves like rolled up and tied up to her elbows, like she is ready to dive in. And because her sleeves are up, you can see that her left hand, there is a tattoo that goes at this point all the way up, like basically to her elbow. That's like a white, like henna Mendy style tattoo. And she's standing there, and in the tradition of a Great British Bake Off, it cuts to scenes of Demir kneading bread in a bowl, and the voiceover goes, I've been baking since I was younger. I was taught how to bake bread, and therefore put all of the accoutrement that goes along with the meal by my bread instructor, Naja, in my hometown of kisa and marhaba. I like to bring in a lot of those flavors and the more traditional styles of my homeland. Whenever I am baking or cooking, it's really important to me to keep that familiarity with home and to explore other flavors. And I have traveled all across Saya and quite a bit through the Feywild in order to expand my culinary horizons. Um, I think that this competition will be a piece of cake. And then cut back to
the camera pans over now to Hawk.
All right. I'm going to say that Hawk's actually dressed casually, which you'll never see in game. Instead of his usual like piecemeal like leather armor getup with a bunch of dark cloth sort of just like trying to cover everything. Instead, man is wearing a green sweater and of course an apron. He's got some black slacks on and like a pair of like leather loafers probably. He's still got the mask on. He's still got like that tight black sort of like costume hood to cover up the metal. But he has opted not to wear gloves. So you can see like machined brass fingers and just all the little like mechanisms. Nothing exposed, but sort of just what you would think of if you thought about like an artificial like metal hand. Think like prosthetics almost. He starts very simply. Just like I would say I've had an unusual upbringing. I used to be a big game hunter and I would make my living that way. Recently, I've taken an interest in cooking and baking, and I would I can't think.
Off camera, Nethai like motions for you to continue.
I wouldn't say that I'm the most experienced out there, but I'm very happy to be here, and I hope that the competition finds fun for us all.
And at this point, up on the screen, the portraits of both Hawk and Demir appear with a pastel-colored background, and it says in fancy filigree underneath, Team Easy Bake. And Eirran and Valk, which one of you would like to go first?
I can, I guess. All right. So Eirran has showed up to, this fancy formal event in the nicest thing he owns. So, to Eirran, he is a darker-skinned Samant male, slightly pointy ears, dark blue hair, bright, shining even, green eyes, and burn scars on his face that you can see also trail down to his shoulders and into his arms, covered in tattoos going through his chest and arm area, and he is wearing a giant blue ball gown, and a pair of evening gloves that go up a little bit past his elbows. And you can see that even though it isn't his dress already has smudges of something all over it. It's chalk, but the viewers don't need to know that. And so he's clearly ready to, get down and dirty in this. And for his little backstory clip, we start off with a bunch of images of little Eirran hanging out with his dad, and then his like mom coming in and taking him off to do stuff. Silver goes, as a very young child, I spent some of my time with my father, a baker for our tribe up in the Unclaimed Lands. But much more of my time was occupied by what my mother wanted me to do. So I kept on trying to follow the path that she'd set out for me. But I realized it was less and less of a good fit for me, as I continually didn't quite manage to achieve what I wanted there. I am currently on a journey of self-discovery, trying to figure out who I am and what my place in the world is. And well, if my mother's vision of my life didn't work out, why not try my father's? So this is for you, Ape, and all of the wonderful, wonderful traits you made throughout my whole childhood. I hope that you're watching this, and I know it's been a really long time. Hope I see you sometime soon. This is for you, Dad.
All right. And with that, the camera pans over to you, Valk.
So Valk is masked up, so she's rocking human standard for this event. So, she is wearing, a tank, pants, and this apron that says "Beer the Chef" with just guns fucking out. And it's so it basically, the little video starts with her just going at which point it transitions to her like working a line or like in an abbey, at which point the voiceover goes, "My name's Valkyria Lightbringer, and my culinary experience comes from chef duty at the Abbey, and I was in charge of all the heavy cooking." And at which point she just enters the stage and just goes, "Roar!"
All right, is that it for your introduction?
I think
yeah.
I think
Okay.
Valkyria thinks it's a WWE audition. What's going on?
You're
All
chef.
right. So at that point, portraits of Eirran and Valk splash on the scene with a different pastel color background and in the same filigree fancy font below. It says Team Divine Fools. And as you guys take your places in your cooking sets, the camera turns back to Nethai the Voice. The teams will be judged upon 3 courses. They will prepare an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. They have a budget of 150 gold pieces to acquire ingredients, or alternatively, they can go out seeking the ingredients on their own. They will be judged upon ingredients chosen, preparation, presentation, and judge's call. Each of the courses has to follow a theme chosen by the team itself. It must be a cohesive theme. And with that, begin! I will give you guys couple minutes to discuss in your teams what you want the theme of your meal to be. Some planning time.
Are we doing breakout rooms?
I mean, we can. I'm not sure how that will work for the.
I think it might mess up the recording. Yeah. Alternatively, you could just like take turns talking to each other, so that we're not just talking over each other.
Yeah, I was gonna see. I'm
That's a fair
not
point.
sure how that would work with the recording. I can try the breakout rooms if you guys want.
I mean,
I
whatever
think it'd be.
works.
I think it'd be best to test it at a different time when.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can test later. You guys just take turns. I'm not gonna actually time you for this.
Right.
So
Theme.
maybe Team Easy Bake can go first since you guys were interviewed first.
Oh boy. Okay. Hawk, what are we doing?
Well, I would imagine that you would specialize in Mojave cooking and baking, bread
Yes.
especially. I've seen your bread; it's delightful.
Thank you.
I have a small background in cooking with woodland ingredients. So what if we did a fusion of those two?
Oh, definitely. We can do something with like some venison or some like game meat, some like
Yeah, maybe like if there's any specific Mojave styles in which to treat those meats, we could do that for perhaps the main course.
Oh yeah,
Probably
we could
have
do
a like maybe
oh.
fresh garden salad with something fitting from Mojave for like an entree or something. We could do
Yeah.
salad and bread for maybe dessert, of course, maybe cake of some kind. We'd have to do probably one thing, but we could probably figure that out as we go.
Yeah. We could do like meat skewers, like kebabs.
That's a good idea.
Those are really like flashy, and we get some some peppers and some like veggies on the skewer over some fire. We can serve it over fire if we get like a little plate with some charcoals on it. They're like presentation pizzazz. And then we can get some like really good like wild meat. And yeah. And then so for an appetizer, I'm thinking I can do like meat dumplings. With
All
yeah.
Yeah.
We can do some meat dumplings. We can do like a bunch of little dishes. So like it could kind of meze spread with like a bunch of just different fresh ingredients, and see if we can get some like kind of exotic things in there, because we are serving a demon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but I'm
what
optimistic
do
about
demons
it.
eat?
Probably not anything we could put on a plate, but we can try.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking fire.
I was thinking more like blood of the innocent or something, but let's go with fire. That sounds better.
Yeah. I mean, we can make blood sausage for an appetizer. One of the mini.
That would work.
Like
That
little-
would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We got a plan.
All right. Let's pan over to Team Divine Fools.
Okay. There's no way we're gonna be able to beat Demir on technique, so we're gonna have to go to our strengths, and our strengths is strength. So I say we lean into my Viking heritage and your barbarian heritage and just go big. Like straight up feast proportions. Your thought?
Yes, feast would be excellent. To find something, kill it, do some animal grilling. I probably can pull out some form of sauce. But
Ooh,
I think
we could do something with the drippings.
yes. Oh, that would be good.
Do
That
a
would be
delectable
good.
gravy and potatoes to go with some sort of giant spit roasted animal. And then what are we doing for an appetizer and a dessert? What are those?
Ooh. Appetizer, something to both get them in the mood for eating, but like that's not fully eating yet.
We could do steak tartare.
Ooh. All right.
Steak
All
tartare for the appetizer, and we can beat the absolute shit out of it to have it be as tender as possible. Then we
Yes.
do a giant spit roasted game animal with drippings and delicious sides. Then do you have any idea for dessert?
Ooh. I have all of my real experience in making treats are baked treats. I don't know how much we can top Demir in that, but we can actually, you know what? We're leaning into our strengths here. I think for our, main course, for our just giant spit roast, we should just, have you bring it over and just slam the entire fucking thing onto the table, carve it up there. Our gimmick is that everything we bring over needs to shake the table legs when we put it there. We need to make just
Perfect.
the biggest cake I can pull off, and then we can slam that down too.
But we could decorate the cake to have it match the theme.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Okay, we got this.
We can do this.
All right. So with that, it is time to gather ingredients. You can choose to either go hunting, or you can have a budget of 150 gold pieces to buy fruits, vegetables, grains, spices, and various meats.
Can we do both?
You can do both if you want to. You can
Hawk, looking at you for hunting.
split the party. All right. So Hawk, we can start with you if you
All
like.
right.
What exactly are you hunting?
Well, we're gonna need some deer, probably. Rabbit could probably be pretty nice for the meat dumpling idea. Other than that, there's probably gonna be a bunch of plant gathering as well. Just getting a more or less a woodland sampler of
All right.
greens, maybe berries or something.
All right. Okay. So, I will say, for the sake of this, you are in more or less a woodland area, just for the sake of this. All right. Let's see. Why don't you do a survival check for me?
Okay. I have a terrible history with those in the actual game. Hopefully this one shot is different. Hey, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You are able to follow some hoof prints along a deer trail, and you are able to follow this path to a fairly good-sized elk. At this point, I'd like you to roll a stealth check.
Oh, that's a 10.
10. Let's see.
I have such a high stealth modifier, and still.
The elk oddly does not notice you.
Oh, thank God.
Roll an attack.
Okay. Ooh. Math. 27.
27. Okay, you shoot and kill the elk.
All right.
Team Divine Fools, which one of you was going to go hunting? Or were you both going hunting?
I think since Eirran's the one who knows what they're putting together for dessert, I think it makes more sense for Eirran to go into town and Valk to do the hunting.
Okay.
I think we should actually combine forces for each step so we can kill the absolute biggest thing. Because none of our town ingredients are going to be particularly hard to find. It's baking ingredients and common vegetables.
All right.
So we don't need to set aside much time to be able to do that. What's important is getting the proper big game.
Okay. So both of you roll a survival check, or one of you with advantage. And this will be a higher DC if you're looking for something big and unusual.
All right. Here, let me take that because
I don't have survival.
I have my nice little acorn, which gives me advantage on survival.
So double advantage.
Not
Not a thing.
So wait,
It's
you
fine.
get advantage. So should I just roll? So we have two rolls. Would be able to maximize our rolling here.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Ooh, okay.
Okay, I got an 18.
I got a 21.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Direboar?
You guys are able to find a group of axe beaks.
Ooh,
okay.
So I'd like for both of you to roll stealth.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I could just champion challenge, at which point X amount of things can't flee 30 feet of me.
At which point X?
What?
And what is the X amount?
I need to look that up because I did not write it on my cheat sheet of information.
It's the weirdest fucking one shot ever.
Valk challenges an Speak to a duel.
No, axe beaks.
I love how like Hawk's like silently stalking an elk, and meanwhile Valk's about to run into a clearing of boars and to say, "Hey, fuckers, cowards, come here."
Okay.
Oh man.
This is Paladin, Oath of Crowns. Champion challenge is a bonus action. You issue a challenge that compels other creatures to do battle with you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. This effect ends on the creature if you are incapacitated or die, or if this creature is more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
So I just...
We're gonna have Eirran roll for this too.
Yes.
So basically, I charge into the middle, and I just let out my challenge roar, and I select all the creatures, at which point some won't save, at which point we'll have some that we can absolutely knock around.
All right, remind me of the DC.
DC is Wisdom saving throw, and the DC would be based off of my charisma. I wrote this down somewhere. 15. I think.
Okay. So of the, I will say 8 axe beaks, 2 of them run away. The rest of them start swarming you.
Hey.
And for the sake of this, I will say that you take 23 damage, but you managed to kill them all.
Well, I'd be dropping divine smites, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have 6 axe beak carcasses.
Okay, so we've procured our exotic meat. Do we want to do we want to do tartar with probably something else? Wouldn't you agree, Eirran?
Yeah, I think so. It seems weird to serve the same animal as multiple dishes.
Mm-hmm. So, should we buy that, or should we try hunting that as well? But we have a lot of axe beaks to deal with, so
we do have a lot of axe beaks to deal with.
Okay, so we'll drag the axe beaks back. You can start. I can find whatever we're gonna tartar, and you can get the veggies and the baking ingredients.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
Okay.
For now, we will switch back to Hawk. You wanted to try to find some rabbits as well?
Yeah, smaller meat to use for the smaller entree.
All right, survival check.
All right. That is 23.
Yeah, you're able to hunt down some bunny rabbits. Roll stealth.
Get some pigeon too.
Oh, good idea. I'll do that after the rabbit. Oh, that's even worse than the last stealth check. 9.
Let's see what the bunnies roll. Yeah, bunnies run away, I'm afraid.
Well, time to go for some bird then.
Okay. Roll survival.
19.
19. You're not only able to locate some pigeons, but you're able to spot like some seagulls too, if you want to go for that.
I don't know if seagull meat is a thing. So I'm gonna opt not to.
Okay.
Stealth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say real quick, literally all of my survival rolls have been like 15 or above on the die, which has never happened in game. And yet stealth, which has a modifier of 7 to survival's 4, has never rolled above a 5. That said, 11.
11, let's see if the... Yeah, no, the pigeons fly away.
Oh man, I'm having such terrible luck. I'm sorry, Demir.
Go for the pigeon, for the seagulls. Let's see if we can get them.
Okay, fine. We'll settle for that.
Stealth.
Yep. That's a cocked roll. And on the edge of my dice tray. And I re-rolled it and got a 3. 10.
All right, let's see what they get. Yeah, that's a 4.
Oh, thank God.
You're able to sneak up on the seagull. And I assume you kill it. Roll an attack.
That is a 13.
All right.
No, wait. Hang on, I'm bad at math. 14.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to pick off a couple of seagulls.
Okay. Close enough to a pigeon, right? One's a street rat, the other's a sea rat. Same thing, right?
All right. Okay. So Valk, were you looking for a different kind of game?
I thought I was just gonna buy some cow and then we were gonna ultra tenderize it, right,
Cool.
Eirran? Wait, did you say Valk
When
or
I'm muted.
Hawk?
I said Valk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
no, I
I'm
think
just-
that's. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna buy some decent
Hold on.
meat and
Hold on. I
ultra
was
tenderize
just
it.
making sure that you were in the you're done in the woods. All right, we're going to go over to Demir now. What are you looking for?
I am looking for spices, fresh veggies, some
Okay.
flour, kind of basic stuff. See if I can get some grape leaves, and while I am in town looking for ingredients, out of her hair, what you thought were like flowers and like snowflakes and just kind of like little decorative items in her hair, they come out, and she has 3 little pixies that she sends off looking for ingredients. And in fact, she's going to tell them to see if they can find any Feywild fruits or anything of that sort.
Okay. I'll get to the pixies in a moment. For now, Demir, there's in terms of spices, cinnamon, coriander, cumin, ginger, mustard, nutmeg, pepper, saffron, salt, and various specialty spices.
Oh yeah, we're getting all those.
Okay.
We're doing spiced meat and all that good shit. So
Okay. So the cinnamon is 2 gold pieces per pound. Make sure you're marking all this down because I'm gonna go through the list.
oh boy, hold on one sec.
Let me
Okay.
know when you're ready. Okay. And that's just assume that for the spices, it's all per pound. 5 copper pieces coriander. 1 gold piece for cumin. 7 silver pieces for ginger. 1 gold piece for mustard. 8 silver pieces for nutmeg. 1 silver piece for pepper. 1 gold piece for saffron. 5 copper pieces for salt, and 2 silver pieces for specialty spices.
Was it 2 gold pieces for specialty?
2 silver pieces.
2 silver.
And that's
Alright.
like the general like mixed spices sort of
Okay.
deal. Like garam masala.
Yeah. Good.
Then there's various meats and various grains you can get.
I'm going to pick up some grains. Are there any like bulgur wheat or anything like that?
So there's wheat, rice, quinoa, oats, barley, rye, or amaranth.
Yeah, let's pick up some let's get some wheat. Let's
Okay.
get some barley.
1 silver piece for a pound of wheat, 2 copper pieces for a pound of barley.
Okay, and let's also get some rice, like some long grain rice or something.
All right. 5 copper pieces for a pound of rice.
Okay, cool. And let's see. What sort of meats do they have? Not that I don't trust hawks hunting, but
they actually have axe beak cutlet, boar, cave fisher, chicken, cow, deer, giant constrictor snake, giant octopus, goat, hook horror, owl bear, and sheep.
Okay. Let's get some giant octopus up in here.
Okay. So that's 31 gold pieces per pound.
Oh,
because it's a little more difficult to obtain.
Yeah, that makes sense. The sheep and goat, you said?
Goat is 7 gold pieces per pound, and sheep is 4 gold pieces.
Okay, let's get sheep. Let's get some lamb. And how much was the how much was the owl bear?
8 gold pieces per pound. And if the merchant describes it to you as having the texture of being similar to beef.
Okay, yeah. Let's get the owl bear.
All right.
I'm gonna make my boyfriend. It's great.
All right.
And I'm sorry, there was wild boar in there too.
Yes, there's some boar, 4 gold pieces per pound.
I just get like half a pound of that.
Okay, so that would be 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces. Oh, 4. Cool.
And did you want any vegetables?
Yes, definitely veggies.
All right. So if you're looking for grape leaves,
yeah.
So that would be like 5 copper pieces for a bushel.
Okay, grape leaves. I want some like peppers, some onions, some like I want to bring color in.
Okay. So that would be for the peppers 4 copper pieces per actual pepper. If you're looking for onions, it's like 1 copper piece.
Oh, copper piece, onions. I'm sorry, did you say 5 copper pieces? For peppers?
4 copper pieces.
4 copper pieces. Sorry. Peppers. I'm just like I'm looking at like I want some like just like a good variety of veg. Like honestly like a little bit of everything if I can get it. Olives, that type of stuff.
All right. So olives, like let's say like 1 copper piece for a cup of olives.
Okay. Perfect. Any beets?
Beets?
Yeah.
Yeah, one copper piece each.
1 copper piece. Beet. Cool. Mint? Or would that be a spice?
Sure, that can count. That would be like, again, 5 copper pieces for a bushel.
Mint. Excellent. Same thing for like parsley and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And is there any whatchamacallit? I'm trying to see if there's any like Feywild ingredients that I recognize.
Yeah, I was gonna roll for the pixies once you're done with the regular shopping.
Okay, cool. I'm some tomatoes and stuff like that.
That would be 5 copper pieces.
Okay. I'm going to check my math and make sure that I'm not going over budget.
Mhm.
Sorry, this is gonna take a hot second. Because I'm really good at math.
The pixies, by the way, are able to find one fly fish fruit, which is a delicious common fruit that grows on top of the stalk, but it can be difficult to harvest in the Feywild generally because any fly fish that are nearby tend to surround the fruit and just devour it once it's ripe. And that would be 10 gold pieces.
Okay. Oh no, I lost track of where I was at. Okay. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to start over. Can I have a moment to calculate out where I'm at, and someone else can do some shopping if they need?
Sure. Eirran, you were gonna do some
Hell
shopping.
yeah. Shopping trip.
What?
All right. So I think Valk was going to grab our other meat. So I guess the first thing I'm gonna be looking for into your produce. I'm gonna need some potatoes and honestly probably at least a few handfuls of assorted berries.
1 copper piece each for the potatoes, and then 2 copper pieces for a carton of berries.
All right. I'll get a few of those. Let me get a document started for writing this on.
So like what? A gold piece worth of potatoes? Just
Yeah.
thunk.
Whole friggin' bunch of potatoes. And then I guess with berries, but you know, that'll be less to use with. All right. That's sounding good. All right. And then I'm gonna need some hour and actually I think Eirran is gonna look for potato flour. If they've got that.
A potato flour.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. 3 silver pieces for that.
Sounds good. All right. And then we're gonna need some general salts, and maybe some like sugar.
All right.
Mhm.
So for both of those, that would be 5 copper piece each for a pound.
All right. Okay. And do they have any Axebeak eggs that are being sold anywhere?
Let's see. Hold on, I know I saw eggs on here somewhere. Okay, so they don't have axe beak eggs, but you can get half a dozen chicken eggs for 3 copper pieces.
All right. And I'll pick up like 3 dozen eggs.
Okay. There's also cheese, various kinds of cheeses.
Yeah, Aaron's gonna. I'm just gonna say Aaron's gonna spend a flat like 10 gold just grabbing cheese.
Okay. So they have brie, cheddar, cottage, parmesan, and pepper jack.
All right. He'll get a bunch of parmesan for sure.
Okay.
And then some of the brie and pepper jack.
So half a pound of parmesan is 5 silver pieces. Again, just assume for the cheese it's half a pound. 2 silver pieces for brie. And did you say cheddar or cottage?
Pepper jack.
Pepper jack. Pepper jack is a little more unusual in this region, so it's 2 gold pieces.
All right. Probably just 1/2 pound of that.
Okay.
Then. All right. Let's see. So for further cakes, I've got my salt and sugar, my eggs. He's gonna go get. Let's see. I already checked off berries as well. I guess he is probably willing to buy pre-made frosting for this. Yeah, he'll see if there's any, decorative frosting.
Okay. Let's say 2 gold pieces for that.
All right. Excellent. Are there any actually, are there raisins anywhere?
Yes, 2 silver pieces.
All right. He'll grab a bunch of raisins.
2 silver pieces for a pound.
All right. Pound. And he's gonna go and see if he can find. Ooh. He's gonna go and see if he can find any pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Okay. Let's see. Let me up here. Let's say gold piece for that.
All right. And then he's also gonna go get just a bunch of cocoa powder and a little bit of vanilla extract.
Okay. So those things together would be let's say 7 silver pieces.
All right. Cocoa and all right. So from there, we're getting into spices. So he's gonna want some like lemon and olive oil.
Okay.
And actually,
so a lemon would be 5 copper pieces, olive oil 3 copper pieces.
All right, let's get a dozen lemons. That seems reasonable.
Does it?
It's certainly the amount of lemons Eirran is out here buying.
First bear traps, now lemons. What is this world coming to?
We're putting the lemon juice on the bear traps, just for that little.
Oh my God.
Kick.
I mean, that's one way to infuse flavor into your meat.
Are you gonna salt it at this rate? Really get in there?
Avery, please. Now I have the mental image of Dalhul like biting into a bite of whatever Team Asmar serves up, and then just suddenly a bear trap clamps down on his tongue.
It'll be thematic. You'll appreciate.
Just for note, I'm also having Demir pick up some Parmesan brie, pepper jack, raisins, lemon, and olive oil as well. Since you've been listing the prices, I've been marking them down.
Yeah, no, that I figured you would. All good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And he's also gonna look for some
Just
like,
as long as you're within budget, I don't care.
he's also gonna go looking for some full sauce and some he knows his alcohol. He's gonna go looking for some in as well.
You're looking for some wine, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. So there's Abbey red wine, blood wine, clary wine, Evermead, Far Ridge red, fire wine, glow fire, high dusk dark, mead wine, redwood dry, special vat, table wine, temple under rock, topaz spiced wines, Westgate ruby, and winter wine.
All right. Valk mentioned it. So we're making it a theme. He's gonna grab the wine.
The which wine?
The Abbey wine.
All right. Hold on. I have to find it again. Abbey red wine. A bottle is 12 gold pieces.
Perfect. And can you find any truffle ale?
Oh.
All right.
You good?
What?
Someone's thing made a weird noise. Anyway.
Ooh, okay. He's also gonna go looking for truffle sauce.
Sauce.
Ooh.
6 gold pieces.
Excellent. All right. I'm gonna check where I'm at right now.
Question, DM. Are
Yeah.
we allowed to use ingredients that we already have in our inventory, or do we have to buy them here?
You have to buy them here.
Okay, cool. So if I remember correctly, let's see. Is there Elverquist?
There is not.
Okay, but there was Evermead, which was the fancy elvish
Yes.
mead. Okay.
50 gold pieces per bottle.
Hold on, let me check my budget. Yeah, okay, I'll get a bottle of Evermead.
All right.
And is there any like any wines that are like on the I'm sorry, you said that there were some red wines. What are there?
There's an Abbey red wine. There's Far Ridge red. There's blood wine. There's fire wine. There's also redwood dry.
How much is the redwood wine and redwood dry and the blood wine?
Redwood dry is 8 gold pieces a bottle. And you wanted to know about the Far Ridge red?
No, the blood wine.
Blood wine. 12 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll get the blood wine and the redwood dry.
All right.
And were the pixies only able to find the fly fresh fruit, or is there any?
They were only able to find the fly fresh in one thing.
Okay. So can I get some dates and some pistachio nuts as well?
Okay. In terms of dates, that would be 2 silver pieces. And what was the second thing?
Pistachios.
Pistachio. 3 copper pieces.
Pistachio. Okay. Are there any other dried sweet fruit aside from dates, raisins, apricots?
There are some apricots. Excuse me. That would be 2 copper pieces. There's also some dried mango, which is 7 copper pieces.
Yeah, let's get some dried mango in here. Is there any cream, rose water, that type of stuff?
Let's see. There's some cream. We'll say that's about 2 silver pieces. And sorry, what was the other thing? Too many prices in my head.
No, it's okay. Cream, milk, and then I was wondering if there was rose water.
All right, milk would be 2 copper pieces. There's no rose water, but you can get a thing of you can get a bottle of rose syrup for a gold piece.
Okay, rose syrup. Is there are there any flowers like orange blossom or like roses, just straight up?
You are able to find some marigolds for a silver piece and roses also for a silver piece.
Okay. I'm going to pick those up. I'm real close, I'm sorry. And let's see, can I find like chickpeas, fava beans, eggplant?
Eggplant would be 5 copper pieces, and chickpea 5 silver pieces.
Okay. Oh, man, I'm close. I'm at 144 gold pieces. Okay, is there anything that is 6 gold pieces or less that is a fancy?
Well, it depends on how you define fancy. For you 5 gold pieces, you can get bitter black ale. For let's see, if you want more meat, you'd say 6 gold pieces.
6 gold pieces or less.
Boar is 4 gold pieces.
Or
You can get shellfish for 6 silver pieces.
Okay.
There's no penalty if you don't spend it all.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get some shellfish. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm at 45 gold pieces. So
Okay.
yeah. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right. So Team Divine Fools.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to buy?
Oh, I need to buy fixings for the appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was having connectivity issue. How much has Eirran spent so far?
Eirran is currently sitting at 40.3 golds.
Okay, I'm definitely not going to use the remainder of that, but I needed to know where we were at. Okay,
Yeah, I do still need to get some spices.
Yeah. Okay, so first, meat. Butcher.
All right. So they have axe beak, cutlet, boar, cave fisher, chicken, cow, deer, giant constrictor snake, giant octopus, goat, hook horror, owl bear, and sheep.
You know what? I'm going to go old reliable. I would like some cow.
Okay. So for cow, that's 11 gold pieces per pound.
So how many judges?
There's 3
3.
judges. They all have different tastes, and you don't know who's going to who's going to have a preference for what thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get 4 pound or Eirran, 3 or 4 pounds.
4.
Okay, 4 pounds. And
We
you
are
said it
getting
was
as
11?
much food as we can.
You said it was 11 pounds? Or
Quantity,
11
not
gold per
quality.
pound? That's 4 pounds beef. Do they have like oxtail or something?
Sure.
Okay, I would like some oxtail.
All right. We'll just say that's the same price for ease.
Okay, you said that was 11 gold?
Yes.
So I'll get half a pound of that. Next stop.
So it's for the cow, 11 gold per pound.
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Yep. At which point, veggies. I need some carrots and some onion and some celery.
Okay. So I'm having to scroll back up. Yeah.
And some garlic.
For the veggies, that'd basically be a copper piece each. Garlic, like 2 copper pieces.
For a clove? Or wait, how much per copper piece?
for a copper piece, that would be like 2 cloves.
I'm getting garlic too. Sorry.
So we're gonna need garlic. So you said it was 5, or you said it was like 1 per 2 cloves?
Yes.
Okay, so we want so 20 cloves would be a silver. And then what was the quantity on like the celery, the onion, and the carrot? Is that a pound per copper piece?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 pounds each is not much spending. At which point I had a mental list that has I need butter.
Butter would be like a copper piece.
Per stick?
Yeah.
So let's get 10 sticks for a silver. And then I need cracked black pepper.
All right. For pepper
And salt.
Yeah. Pepper is a silver piece for a pound. Salt is 5 copper pieces per pound.
Okay. So that was... Sorry, the black pepper was 1 copper piece per pound?
1 silver piece.
1 silver piece. Okay. And the salt was 5 copper per pound.
Yes.
Sorry, just numbers are not happening this morning.
No, I feel ya.
Okay, so that's enough to season both the broth that'll go into the au jus and the bird itself. At which point I need a cheap red wine.
All right. In terms of the red wines, let's see. Let's see. The fire wine is red. It's strong and spicy, and it's 6 gold pieces.
Perfect.
Otherwise, if you're looking for a generic table wine, there's the clary wine, which is also 6 gold pieces.
No, the fire wine would be perfect for my purposes. Oh, Eirran.
Yes.
Ooh. Are we doing a beverage with this?
A beverage would be a good idea.
Okay, I'll figure out what my total is, give that to you, and you can get the drinks and what spices you need.
Excellent. All right.
I'll just type it into chat. I'm done shopping.
All right. All right. I guess I'll start picking up the spices, and we'll see what middle we meet at. All right. I'm gonna need some rosemary and thyme. sure.
All right. You have
And
to-
parsley.
Okay. Parsley, 2 copper pieces. And then which spice were you looking for?
And then I'm also gonna need some rosemary and thyme.
Okay. Let's see. Rosemary, 5 copper pieces. Thyme, 3 copper pieces.
All right. Okay. And I'm gonna need a butt ton of garlic.
Okay.
Noted. Thanks.
Fuck, what did I say for garlic before? Let's just say 7 silver
You
pieces
had,
for a fuck ton.
You had garlic at 2 copper pieces for 2 cloves.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So
I've been writing them
pieces-
down because I have also been getting some of these. Don't mind me.
Yeah, so 7 silver pieces for a fuck ton.
Excellent. And he's also looking for some ginger.
All right. Ginger, that would be 7 silver pieces for a pound.
Excellent. Okay. And some cardamom.
Cardamom, 2 silver pieces.
All right. Okay. And then I guess. Ooh, what else do I need? I'm gonna get some milk.
All right. I think I said 2 copper pieces for that before.
All right. And let's see. What else did I have in my plan? If there are any like what are they called? Okay. Never mind, it's not coming to me. Which I guess means it's not coming to Eirran either. Just pick up a bunch of yeast, I guess.
Yeast.
Some yeast.
Let's see. I feel like that would be pretty cheap. 5 copper pieces per pound.
All right. Noted.
I had gotten wheat earlier. I just kind of assumed that was flour. Is flour separate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to get flour instead?
No, I also want to get flour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's an also. How much is flour?
Flour, also pretty cheap, I imagine, like 3 copper pieces for a pound.
Okay. Yeah, flour is important, weirdly enough.
Yeah,
so-
imagine such a thing.
Yeah, weird.
Good thing you had the 5G just still left.
Yeah. I have I'm now up to 46 gold pieces. So I'm going to pick up 10 pounds of flour and sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your shopping. I'm just like,
Oh no,
God.
that was very important. I'm glad you got that.
Let's see. Yeast, flour, water, baking soda, baking powder.
I'll say copper piece for each.
Cool. I'm gonna grab those. Oh God, my brain. The minute I have to think of like what you need in ingredients, my brain goes off. I literally did this in the grocery store yesterday too, so it's just me. We got butter. Okay.
And once you guys decide you're done shopping, we can move away from the math portion of the broadcast and go over to the cooking part.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do we need to buy our firewood, or will that be provided?
That's provided.
Okay.
I mean, if it wasn't, Eirran has an axe and there's trees.
Well, yeah,
True.
but
I've also been assuming an unlimited supply of free water.
Yeah, there's water
Okay,
and then
good.
there's cooking supplies.
also because of connectivity issues, I didn't hear if Eirran grabbed stuff for putting into the potatoes.
Not specifically. A few of the stuff for other stuff will work for that, but we should
Garlic.
definitely get stuff for the potatoes specifically.
Basically, just I grabbed a bit of butter. Did you grab any butter? And also, we could do with some milk.
Some elk, did you say?
Milk.
Milk. Yep,
As
I've got
in
some milk.
from El Titi.
I think you got some milk already.
Yeah, I've got some milk. You've got some butter. I have some. Like, I think I should get a bit more garlic. If we're doing the
Well,
potatoes
no,
with that too.
At the math of 7 silver pieces for a fuck ton of garlic, that is 140 cloves of garlic.
Honey.
You want honey? Okay.
Honey! Right.
Honey? How much is honey?
Depends on if it's home or not.
Silver piece.
How much honey does that get you?
I'd say, like, honestly, at the risk of being boring, a regular bottle size.
I'm thinking
Okay.
like
We're going to get 10 of those.
that's a lot of honey.
Demir!
Listen. Listen. We are cooking for we are cooking with Faye in mind.
You know, that's
Also-
fair. Also, 9
also-
people, because if we split it among all 3 servings, we're basically just serving 3 people 3 times.
Yeah. Also, walnut. Like walnuts, cashews, kind of nuts. I have pistachios already, but
5 silver pieces for 1 pound of a bag of mixed nuts.
mixed nuts. All right. Okay. I already have barley.
All right. Is there any more shopping that anyone would like to do?
I've
Or
still
should we
got
start?
spices I'd like to get.
All right.
Eirran's also gonna get some chives. Actually.
Okay. That can be a silver piece.
All right. And he's also gonna get some pepper and nutmeg and orange peels.
Pepper is 1 silver piece. Nutmeg is 8 silver pieces.
Yeah, that checks out.
And for orange peels, dried or fresh?
Ooh. I guess dried, just because I think that's more like what he'd be used to.
1 silver piece.
How much
Alright.
for straight oranges?
How many are you getting?
A dozen.
That would be 12 copper pieces then.
And Eirran's also gonna go looking for some molasses.
All right. That would be a silver piece.
Sounds good. I'll get 3. And is there any Phrygian aniseed?
Some what?
Any anise?
Yes. That'd be 5 copper pieces.
How much for fennel?
Oh, that's a good one.
2 copper pieces.
So you said it was how much for eggs? Like they have chicken eggs, but do they have like quail eggs or?
No, I'm afraid they just have chicken eggs, and they're 3 copper pieces for half a dozen.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, just just a few more. Do they have any just like short like pepperoni sticks or maybe like sausages?
Yeah. That meat sticks would be about like 3 copper pieces.
All right, yeah, he'll grab like 2 dozen meat sticks.
Okay.
And then are there any olives?
Yeah, Demir got some olives before, I think. What did I say for that? I'm quickly losing track with all the numbers.
Everyone's head is lost in
1
the
copper
shopping
piece
list.
for a pound of olives.
All right, thank you. And he's gonna go back and grab some of the cottage cheese he didn't get before.
All right.
And I think that might be everything.
All right.
Last thing. Do you have any vinegar?
Yeah, that would be like 5 silver pieces.
5 silver. All right. All right.
Sorry, I'm still having mild connectivity issues. Did we get alcohol for serving with food?
I don't know. We've gotten alcohol for cooking, but I don't think we've gotten alcohol for just straight drinking.
Do we have any money left in the budget to pick up something to go with?
Yeah, we actually have a good amount. We're at like 116.
Then let's pick up like 2 bottles of mid-grade mead or something.
Okay.
Something
So
hearty, something hot.
there are various liquors.
Yeah, I think that'll suit our purposes.
Well, there's
Oh, there it is.
cherry fire, which is a cherry liquor with a strong spicy kick.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
How much is that?
5 silver pieces.
Oh, then let's pick up 3 bottles so they can each have their own bottle.
Excellent.
All right. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Going once.
Yeah, I think I'm one dry.
Going twice. All right. Let's get back to the less math-centered part. Okay. So, Team Easy Bake. You have all of your ingredients. What do you do first?
I think Avery / Demir suggested dumplings for the entree, and that's obviously the one that we're serving first, so we should probably get started on that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you want to serve with our dumplings, though?
So I think we should do like a bunch of little dishes. I will get some dumplings. Why don't you take the barley and boil it down, and the chickpeas, and we're going to make basically like a what she's describing is basically like a meze spread. So she's going to get like some of the bread started, gonna make gonna try and boil down the chickpeas, start the eggplant. We're going to get the barley and the flour and the rice going. We're going to start. We're going to make some dolma, so some stuffed stuffed grape leaves, and yeah, we're going to do meze. So basically, she's showing off a little bit. She wants to like provide a variety of different like textures and like flavors and little dishes that you can like sample a little bit of each.
Okay.
Cool.
So for this, I would say, I would like you both to make an intelligence check just to make sure that you're leaving things in for long enough and you're preparing things properly.
All right.
My intelligence. I haven't tested any of my rolls today.
Got a 16.
16?
I heard no fuck. That's not great.
Is 10.
Okay.
14 and 10. Okay.
Okay.
Shouldn't Demir be getting a bonus because of the chef feat?
Mm,
I mean, technically yes, but it'd be a little unfair because she's the only one who has that
yeah,
feat.
I'm trying to.
Like we don't want to give Demir an automatic victory just because of
Mhm.
actual character building choices.
Mhm.
Valid. Valid.
Even playing field, right?
Yep. I mean, the chef feat doesn't give me any bonuses. It just makes me give some healing. So
Yeah, like the actual effect is like you can cook a meal for people. It gives them temp HP, right? Or
yeah.
is it? Okay.
Yeah. So this is a little different.
Mhm.
So Demir, in your effort to kind of show off a little bit, you do end up leaving some of the ingredients in for too long. It's not unrepairable, but it's not what you intended. Not necessarily what you were hoping for.
Yep. Well, if I overcook the barley, that's okay because I am going to make some acida, which is like a like I'm going to just shift. And I was going to make like a tabbouleh, but I left the barley in for too long, and it's now a little too soggy. So I'm going to make some porridge instead, which is basically like a like I don't know if you've ever had fufu, but it's the equivalent to fufu, but it's North Africa instead of South Africa.
Okay. And it's at this point that Nethai comes over and starts to ask you some questions, Hawk.
Oh no.
So, please tell me, who taught you how to cook?
In my case, I don't have I don't have the same kind of experience that Demir does in the kitchen. I mostly grew up in the woods or early on indoors. I would pick up tips and tricks from books in my early years, and later on, my mentor in hunting taught me some field cooking.
Very interesting. And what sort of field cooking?
Oh, nothing too involved. He's like continuing to prepare ingredients while he's talking, of course. Mostly just getting a fire up, setting up a basic spit roast occasionally. Sometimes we would use a pan over hot coals, perhaps pan fry something. Most of my experiences with meat, you might see a little more of that in the main course.
Thank you for sharing. And he moves on to Demir. Miss Demir, please describe how does baking make you feel?
One of the few things that I really took to as a child. It's really nice to bring in wherever I go. In Marhaba, bread is usually baked in public ovens, so it's a gathering place for women and children to come together and see their friends and talk and socialize and spend a lot of time together. So when I was a child, I used to always want to beg my parents to take me down to the oven so that I could just listen in and hear all the stories, hear the gossip, hear what people have going on and what they're doing. And it's a bit of a competitive place as well because since the bread is cooked in public ovens, you have to have a way of distinguishing your bread from everyone else's. So people get very decorative with their loaves. And that's what I like to bring into my cooking too.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. And now we'll move over to Team Azamar.
Whoa.
So what are you guys doing for the appetizer here?
We're doing one after the other, or are we cooking all at the same time?
One after the other. Just because it's
Got it.
easier for me as the DM to keep track this way.
That's fair. Just
that's
at
fair.
this point, if we're lining it up, we would actually probably be starting on the. Wait a second. We're using an offcast from one of our later dishes to do part of the appetizer.
Okay. So, actually, I will say, if you guys are going to be dismembering 6 axe beaks, why don't we say you both make a strength check in order to make sure that you're cutting open these large animals
Heck yeah.
the proper way.
Woo! And then also beating the crap out of 4 pounds of beef.
Yeah, that will be later. Right now we're cutting things open.
10.
All right.
Ooh. 12.
Okay.
Eh. We only need 3 successful birds.
That's true.
Well, you know, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sloppy. There's some grossness happening all over the place. But you're able to harvest some meat.
Oh, we're not
That's-
cooking them whole?
That's
Spit
what
roast.
counts.
Yeah. Let's see. And so Nethai comes over and approaches you, Eirran. So Eirran,
Hi, Nethai.
hello there. Tell me, what would you consider to be your baking style?
Definitely something very, homey. For me, baking has always been something that I can, either share with my father or at the very least appreciate him doing. So for me, I think baking, it's kind of a very, Emily environment is being with the people you love and, taking that love and trying to make it into food. I like to make things picturing the people who are going to be eating them, and try to, say everything that I want to say to them through what I'm making.
Well, that sounds quite lovely. And if I may ask, what are you trying to say with this dish? And he kind of gestures to you and your hands, which are covered in the gore of axe.
Well, this one, I'm mostly thinking about, the health and the, strength of all of our judges. Admittedly, I am not a father currently raising them, but I still want them to be, strong and to have that vitality going out into their days, and to stay healthy and able to conquer whatever it is that they are hoping to conquer.
Well, hopefully they will be able to see what you're trying to convey through this dish. He moves over towards Valk and the camera pans with him. So tell me, Valk, how do you typically decide what to bake next?
At which point, she's just like arms deep in the axe beak, flinging viscera. It's just like, okay, so question. Well, from my experience, I'm having to always cook in mass. And so you are having to plan 3 steps ahead to make sure that everything comes out at the same time, which is, needless to say, not the easiest thing to do when you're cooking like 20 loaves of bread and some sort of giant protein stew to go with it. You gotta plan ahead and be focused.
I can see that you are already getting ready for the main course. And with that, we will start to do the main course. So Team Easy Bake, what are you guys doing for the main course? Like, what kind of preparation?
Well, we were going to do like kebabs.
So to do kebabs, Hawk's gonna have to take a page out of Team Divine Fool's book and go cut up this elk that he caught earlier to get to the meat that we're gonna be using for the kebabs.
Okay. So Hawk, you will need to make a strength check. And Demir, what are you doing?
I'm going to be preparing the meat that I got and I don't know what
Would you say that you're like trying to do like fine detail stuff, like measuring out the exact spices and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm preparing like a spice dish. I'm going to when we roast the kebabs, we're going to do it over an open flame, and I'm going to get some bread down so that it'll catch the drippings.
Okay. So for this, I will say, please make a dexterity check.
Okay.
While Avery rolls that, I got a 21 on strength.
All right.
Oh, we like that. That is a 21 dexterity.
All right.
A pair of 21s. Let's go.
All right. So you guys have some bumps in the road for the beginning of this. But now that you've moved on to the main course, you're feeling really good about what you're doing. All right. And Team Divine Fools, main course preparation. What you doing?
Eirran, do you want to be in charge of backtracking and taking care of the appetizer, or do you want to be in charge of dealing with roasting the bird?
I'll take appetizer. You can do roasting.
So you'll do the broth for the au jus and start pounding on the beef, and all manhandle some birds onto a spit.
Whoa!
Spit roast some birds.
I would say for both of that would be strength checks.
On lucky die.
Same. Oh boy.
That's the 18, right? Not the 10. Nope, that's the 10.
Okay.
So 14.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's diced. I'm used to it.
It's not so great. It's a little sloppy. It's not looking very pretty. And you're thinking that you're probably a little bit behind the other team. but you can still maybe catch up during the dessert and the judgment of the judges. All right. Team Easy Bake. What are you doing for dessert?
All right. We didn't pre-plan this, I don't think. So, any ideas?
Well, it'll be pretty easy to do like a sweet bread, with some like sweet roasted brie on top. So, and actually, I think I got it. I'm going to do a rose cardamom pistachio basically like a sherbet,
Oh.
and some yeah, like basically like a creamy drink with that, something like sweet and refreshing. And I'm going to the fly fish fruit is sweet, so I'm going to do some like honey and fly fish fruit with the dates and raisins and molasses, and just kind of make like a spice fruit bread, something like very sweet, very dense, that will go well with the creamy light rose cardamom.
Okay. So
it's a sherbet and bread? Am I getting that right?
Sherbet and bread.
Sherbet and bread.
basically.
All right.
Yeah, like it's more or less like a cake and ice cream kind of thing.
okay.
Delicious.
So,
All right.
Since you guys are just sort of going off of the ingredients you have, I'd like you guys to both roll intelligence checks.
Okay. Pain 5.
8.
No.
Okay. Okay.
The dice.
I want to say that Demir was working on the bread and Hawk was on the sherbet.
Yeah. It's not very good. You had this, you're like, all right, great. What do we have left? Fuck. Okay. What do I do about this? Yeah, it's
Like,
it's burned in some places. The ingredients aren't as even as you'd like them to be. They are not. It's not looking good.
my gut's telling me that like when figure out who's doing what. Hawk's like, I'll do the sherbet because you're good at bread. I've never done sherbet before, but I'll figure it out. He doesn't figure it out.
Yeah, Demir is more focused on, like, she just kind of like throws the bread together and like tosses it in the oven, but she forgot to pat down the fruit before she put it into the dough, so it's like it's very wet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Team Divine Fools. What are you doing for the dessert?
Yeah. Aaron's just putting together the biggest fucking replication of the birthday cakes he would get as a kid that he can.
Okay. And Valk, what are you doing?
Question: do we have a separate section for plating the dishes?
Yes.
Okay. So
that'll be later. Right now we're actually
Okay.
making food.
just this is at which point dessert is Eirran's show. So she's gonna kind of be monitoring the other stuff, and I cast guidance on Eirran so he could get a bonus on his roll.
Okay. So that means the roll will be solely on Eirran. Eirran, please make a dexterity check.
Who boy, all right.
Lars, how much of a bonus does guidance give? Or like what kind of bonus?
Like 1d4.
It's not much, but it's what I
something.
got.
I forgot we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. God damn it!
I was gonna say, isn't Demir a bard?
I'm a bard.
It's okay. If we still have a plating section, you can use stuff there.
Demir can use all of her fancy presentation magic.
So you get
that is-
an additional D4.
Frick yeah! Alright. And with that, that's going to be a 14.
With the bless?
Yeah.
All right. This
We
is
needed simplified.
actually turning out pretty well.
Woo!
All right. And so, Team Easy Bake. Let's move on to plating. What sort of presentation do you have?
So we're going for a kind of forage meets forage meets world sort of thing. So we're doing like the meze platter that I posted earlier. We're doing like very like a variety of different flavors in every corner, and like bread and the accompaniments together. And for the kebabs, we're going to get like some hot coals so that there's still a flame going to put the kebabs on top of, so you get the like flame and the color and a kind of bit of a show. And the bread that was dripping down to catch the drippings is going to be served with the kebabs, so that you get like all those like that good juice and that good fire flavor. And I'm going to use a point of bardic inspiration because I forgot that I'm a goddamn bard. I'm going to give
Demir,
Hawk
playing Cooking
some bardic
Simulator.
inspiration.
Okay. And how do you inspire Hawk?
I'm gonna give him a good old pat on the back and just like, come on, we got this. The ingredients
I believe
speak for
you.
themselves. We got this.
So I'd like you both to roll charisma checks for this.
Oh god! Good thing you gave me the inspiration. What does inspiration add? It's like a D something, right?
1d6, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll add that alongside the D20. Okay. I got a decent roll inspiration die, but not the main one. That is 7 plus 4 minus 1, so 10.
Okay.
Quick question. Is this an ability check?
This is just a regular charisma check. Just to see how pretty you can arrange the food.
It's a 15. I'm rolling so bad.
15's not bad, though. It's better than a 10.
Can I cast Evercold on the sherbet to make it chilled?
Do you do that?
Is it something that I can do?
Well, it's something you can do. Is it something you want to do?
Sure, we're gonna chill it. It's a fast freeze.
So you cast Evercold on it, and
Oh, no.
immediately icicles start to accumulate.
Wait.
Yeah, we're gonna flash freeze it and then like immediately drop the spell so that when the judges get to it, it'll be chilled but not solid.
Okay.
It's just like pop it in the flash freezer.
Okay. There's a little bit of freezer burn on it, but I'm sure they won't notice.
Man.
Okay. All right. Team Divine Fools, tell us about your presentation.
Who boy?
I have an image for this.
Oh.
Just have you all seen
Yes.
the comic of Hulk walking in with just the biggest trays possible?
We have fucking like
I have now.
platters. We have fucking like platters with like, you know, ease and sticks just everywhere. We have giant hunks of meat. I think we said we were planning on just giving them eat and like bring it there. We've just got a like cake that might be you know, several eat all. It's just huge. It's just fucking huge.
Go big or go home.
All right. Roll. I'll tell you what. Valk, roll a strength check. Eirran, roll a charisma check. This is the stupidest thing.
21.
But we're having fun. That's what matters.
Mhm.
Valk just
Also
Guns out.
21.
Oh my god, they completely owned
Okay.
the plating section.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fucking great. You've created a true Viking feast.
just carry over a giant axe beak and just thunk.
Our goal is to break the table.
Table has to roll a constitution saving throw every time they serve a meal.
Yeah, we didn't do individual plates. We plate the table.
All right. So, okay. So Team Easy Bake. Please describe your appetizer to the judges.
So we've done a meze platter of a variety of different dishes. We have made some hummus, some baba ganoush, some marhabi flatbread, made some kibbeh with ground sheep meat and venison, some dolma, which are stuffed grape leaves, just a fast little stewed, basically like a paella with octopus and shellfish. We got some blood wine sausage with owlbear and wild boar, and then a sida with stewed seagull, wild boar, and goat meat, and a variety of dried fruits and olives, and a beet reduction, and yeah, just a variety, a tasting platter. If you were to walk through the world, and a little bit of everything.
All right. You can roll an insight check to see what the judges might be thinking.
Okay, let's do an insight check. Oh boy. Oh, that's a 22.
All right. And Hawk.
Same thing?
if you want.
Sure. This feels like something I want to roll low on, honestly.
This is just an optional thing.
Not true. I got a natural 1 anyway, so it's a 5.
Okay. You don't know. You're feeling pretty nervous, Hawk.
What else is new?
Demir, you're noticing that Dalhul just eats pretty much all the meat and just looks grossed out by the vegetables.
All right.
Actual cat.
And Aussie seems to be liking the variety of finger foods available. And Grace is like looking over all the vegetables, and she's nodding and thinking and taking notes.
Awesome.
All right. Team Divine Fools, please describe your appetizer for the judges.
So, bringing forth a giant platter of food. We set it down with individual plates and heated ceramic mugs of au jus. At which point Valk goes, for our appetizer, we prepared a spread of finger foods appropriate for the beginning of a Viking feast, all specifically chosen to be paired well with an ox and axbeak au jus for additional flavor. May you enjoy. May you feast.
Eirran just yells, "Huzzah!"
All right. Roll an insight check if you want. If you want, otherwise we'll move on.
Hell yeah, I want.
17.
Ooh, nice.
16,
12.
12. You guys can both tell the Rakshasa is enjoying the variety of meats available. Offsea can tell that the axbeak at least is freshly hunted, which he appreciates. And Gwendolyn Grace likes the she seems to be enjoying the cultural aspect of the food. All right. So we will go back to Team Easy Bake. Please describe your main course for the judges.
Do you mind if I start and then Demir can finish up on details I missed? Okay.
Go for it.
For your main course, we've hunted some fresh elk and cooked it in a Mojave-style kebabs over still hot coals to preserve the flavor, as well as some delicious fresh baked bread to catch the drippings of which should taste absolutely delicious. And then Demir can finish up.
Yeah, basically we just have we have that, and we have the accompaniment for the bread, and the kebabs to have the appropriate vegetables for them, and yeah, basically what Hawk said. And I'm giving Hawk inspiration if he needs it. And also there is ever wine to accompany the meat, or ever mead to accompany the meat.
All right. Again, insight checks if you want.
Sure. Much better this time. 17.
17 as well.
Okay. You can tell. Well, while they're exploring the food, Dalhul is once again ignoring all of the vegetables and bread. Offsea seems to be enjoying the wine, and he's making notes. Gwendolyn Grace just seems to be happily munching on the bread that caught the drippings. All right. Team Azamar.
Shall I lead on this since you're in charge of dessert?
Yeah, go for it.
At which point, any feast fit for a king requires a true roast. At which point, in front of each of them is like the main body of spit roasted axe beak, with then a gravy and a fluffy mashed potato. At which point, ain't anything fancy, but it's big and it's delicious. At which point, Valk kind of goes, might I recommend trying the leg? Wink.
Oxy partakes in the leg. All right. And now dessert. Team Easy Bake. Your dessert does not look as appetizing.
I'm gonna let
And
Demir own
there's
up to the mistakes because Hawk's just gonna flub it.
And there's some freezer burn on the side.
It's fine. It's fine. We have a chilled sherbet with fruit spiced fruit bread. It's on the humbler side, but the flavor will not disappoint. We tried.
We tried.
We tried.
Tried
Got honey
so
on it.
hard. Got
It's
so
sweet.
far. For the end, Hawk doesn't know how to sherbet.
Fine.
All right. And Team Divine Fools, describe your dessert for the judges.
Yeah, so Eirran is actually gonna walk up holding his, giant ass cake backwards. And he's gonna just like spit a Valk. It's coming out like, Valk, can you spot me? So he's just going to back up to the table and say, well, today's hunt was a very successful one. And we will be eating well for months to come. And such a fortuitous chance deserves some sort of celebration. And he's gonna spin around, and there's just a fucking like 3 or 4 foot tall cake that he's just spinning down onto the table.
A cake the size of a small child.
Yes, exactly.
Medium-sized child.
All right. And what sort of decorations does the cake have?
Yeah. So it's it's frosted. And it's got extra, cocoa powder and some of the raisins like snaking up the sides of it.
Did it have a derpy axe beak on it?
Yes. I'm going to assume this suggestion was during the decoration portion. Yes, it does. Yeah, it's gonna have like little X beak on it. And it's gonna have little like just little like mounds, just like spiky little cysts just sticking up around the top of it and probably around the other layers too.
All right. You can roll your insight checks now if you want.
That is
19.
a 17.
Let's see. Dalahul does not seem to enjoy the sweetness of the cake. Offsea is enjoying the detail and the frosting, and Gwendolyn Grace seems impressed by the sheer size of said cake. So if you'll give me a moment to calculate your scores.
I do love the 3-foot tall cake. That is amazing.
Honestly,
Thank
both
you.
sides did such an amazing job here. I love how committed to the theme Eirran and Valk were.
Yeah, I just like Demir and Hawk all just okay, here's all our super fancy, super complicated, 8 different pieces to each meal. And then me and Eirran's just nope. Big.
Quantity.
We grew up on proper feasts. We're gonna give them a taste of home. I also find
honestly, I feel like they had the same strategy, which was quantity over quality. We're just going to make as much as possible and hope that them work.
which is still impressive.
Something sticks.
I also find it hilarious that Lars is probably at first half joking recommendation of the Rakshasa to be on the NPC cast has probably turned into their greatest advantage and asset in the actual scoring.
It's just perfect to have a reoccurring villain be on the judging cast.
And I mean, since we don't know who the B-Bag is yet, Rakshasa is a good pick.
Okay. So the judges go in the back and they deliberate for a little while. And Offsea comes forward and starts to address Team Easy Bake. And says, good to see you all again. You had great variety of different foods available. I personally appreciated the wine in pairing with the fresh meat. However, your dessert left something a little to be desired. The presentation wasn't quite as fine as the presentations for your previous 2 courses. And in addition, there was a little bit of ice on the side of it, which was a little alarming. And then Gwendolyn Grace addresses Team Divine Fools. Now, I gotta say, this was a great deal of food. There's quite a lot here. You made a lot of meat, which Dahul appreciated. I thought that the sheer quantity of the food was impressive, and you really stuck with your chosen theme of quantity. Dalhul steps between both groups now to address you both. Looking over the scores for both preparation, ingredients chosen, presentation, as well as the judges' scores, we have to declare Team Divine Fools the winner with 73 points.
Woo! Hawk sort of just he like claps for them both, but because his hands are made of solid brass, it comes out more like clanging than actual clapping.
Team Easy Bake, you had 68 points.
Clap.
Lets out a
Was very
victory
close.
roar.
So
Yeah!
Ah!
that means Eirran and Valk, at some point during the game, you can have a luck point. It does not recharge or anything. You just have it in your back pocket just in case.
I'm guessing that works the same as a single charge of the lucky feat, where you can just re-roll a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted that for clarification.
Demir casts Hunger of Hadar on them.
No.
Did you?
Joking.
Because Valk would just turn and go, "Brah."
Eirran also.
All right. So with the chaos that is apparently happening there.
No, that was a joke. It was a joke.
The camera focuses back on Nethai the Voice, and he says, "And this has been another episode of Cooking with Thorns. Tune in next time for a different group of chefs, perhaps. And we will see you next time." And the camera turns off and the show is over.
I like to imagine that the next episode is with the what was the name of that other party we met at the carnival festival, actually?
Stargazers.
Yeah, the Stargazers, just like a Stargazers episode after the Wild Roses one. I had a feeling that like a sort of like a semi-hopeful feeling that you two would actually win it.
Yeah,
The odds were
guys got
so
it. You
stacked
came in
with
the
Avery
theme.
having real life, just a wealth of culinary knowledge, and Demir
I know.
also being a cook.
All of your descriptions of everything were just, oh my god, that sounds so good.
I have to ask Avery, where does this like wealth of knowledge come from? Do you like actually cook a bunch of like Mediterranean African cuisine, or do you just do a lot of research, or what?
A
Why
little
not
bit
both?
of column A, a little bit of column B, like to cook. I've done like study abroads, and I really like African foods and Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, that type of stuff. So that's like kind of, yeah, I like food.
Yeah,
I really like
that's
food.
sort of the vibe I got, because like I still remember your cookies from Christmas. Those were delicious, by the way.
Oh my god, those were so good.
And like you speak with a level of description and knowledge that could only mean that you've like actually had and or cooked the foods that you're describing.
I am very glad, because I like food.
Yeah, it shows, and it shows in a really good way.
Thanks.
It-
Thank you
it-
very much. That's
Yeah,
very
it's-
sweet.
Your level of knowledge, just like, oh god, I ended up on the opposite team. I was immediately worried and felt like an underdog, because it's just like both you as a player are super intelligent on stuff, and then your character is also like the most classically trained chef.
Man,
of
I don't
everyone
know.
here,
You guys
so it's
you
just
guys really blew it out of the water, Doug
And
and
no,
Lars.
you guys had a really
guys
strong
had-
theme and just like went for it.
Yeah. And I'm
Would-
sitting there
would
like,
you
oh
guys
God,
like-
I have to manage
Would you guys
that.
like to know the breakdown of the scores?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm curious.
So Team Easy Bake, for the variety of ingredients you had, since you had so many ingredients, that was a 10 out of 10. Preparation for the appetizer got a 7 out of 10. Preparation for the main course got a 10 out of 10. And preparation for the dessert got a 4 out of 10.
I was expecting like a 2, so I'm happy with that,
Which-
honestly.
Which means though that because you guys donked it up, it means that the judges wouldn't be allowed to score you as high.
Oh,
Yeah, we dunked it up.
Big time.
For presentation, you got a 7 out of 10. And then the judges could give 5 points each for most of them, except for the dessert. But for the appetizer, from Dalhul, you got a 2 out of 5 because he doesn't like all the vegetables.
I was gonna say literal cat demon.
Yeah. Offsea, however, liked all the variety of finger foods and gave you a 5 out of 5. And Gwendolyn Grace she liked all the vegetables, given that she's a farmer, gave you 4 out of 5. Main course, you got a total of 13 out of 15. With Dalhul not being interested in the bread, but liking the meat. Again, he's a tiger.
Yeah.
3 out of 5. Offsea liked the pairing of the wine with the fresh meat, so 5 out of 5. And Gwendolyn Grace liked all of the vegetables, and she really liked the dripping onto the bread and gave you 5 as well.
Yeah.
Dalhul, for the dessert, did not like the sweetness of the Feywild fruit at all, and he gave
Makes
you
sense.
a 1 out of 3.
No meat, 0 out of 10.
Yeah, pretty much. Offsea, however, liked the honey and spices, gave you a 3 out of 3 for that. And once again, the dessert for you guys is out of 3 because of
Yeah, because we
the
really bungled it.
And then Gwendolyn Grace liked the roses and the flavor, and she gave that a 2 out of 3. And then Team Divine Fools. You had unusual ingredients, but you were docked a little from the bloodbath that happened. But you still got an 8 out of 10. Let's see. You for the preparation of the appetizer, you got a 6 out of 10. Preparation of the main course, 7 out of 10. Preparation of the dessert, 7 out of 10. And presentation, 10 out of 10. The appetizer for the judges, 13 out of 15. Dalhul liked the meat, of course, 5 out of 5. Offsea appreciated that it was freshly hunted, despite the fact that you ran in and fucking challenged a bunch of axe beaks to a fight. 4 out of 5. Gwendolyn Grace liked the cultural aspect of the food, 4 out of 5. Main course, you got 12 out of 15. Dalhul liked the roast for 4 out of 5. Offsea appreciated that the food was freshly hunted for 4 out of 5. And Gwendolyn Grace was particularly drawn to the mashed potatoes for 4 out of 5. And then the dessert, you got 10 out of 15. Dalhul did not like the sweetness, so 2 out of 5. Offsea enjoyed the design of the cake, so 4 out of 5. And Gwendolyn Grace was impressed by the size of the cake for 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So-
guys, thank you for playing.
Thank you so
really-
much for
much
running
fun.
this. This was
Yeah,
great.
thank you for putting together this entire
is-
thing. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
I appreciate how much work you put into this, especially because it's just such a left
Red.
field one shot idea.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I
seriously,
was at
props
work,
to
and I'm like, oh, at
Avery for figuring this out in less than 24 hours. Like,
Actually, though.
straight up, I was at work, yesterday afternoon. I'm like, oh, I wonder if we're having D&D tomorrow. I should message you. Then you're like, well, all right. It looks like we're
Great
doing
say and
this.
baking show. Great say.
I'm going to spend my evening looking up how much meat costs.
Yay!
It was all worth it. We appreciate you so much, Avery.
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you
God,
so
this was
much
fun.
for
amazing.
throwing
Yeah.
this together.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I said this earlier. most of the reason I went for the baking show idea over the battle royale idea was because I can't imagine any situation in which Hawk would willingly hurt his friends. But
I mean,
other than
it's
that,
Battle
this has just sounded.
Royale,
I know,
and-
but like this just sounded so much more interesting in a way. It definitely was. This is probably the most fun I've ever had with a one shot.
Anyway, guys, thank you for playing.
Thank you again for putting all this together.
Yes.
Wow.
And we'll see you next time, I guess. Probably
Yeah.
for our actual campaign.
Well, next time's in person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not meeting up next week then, huh?
We're meeting up
I don't think
in
so.
person next week. Here.
Hmm.
Where I will show off my baking shop or my food shop. We'll find out.
All right.
We'll figure out what I decide to do. So
All right. Well,
Yes,
thanks
it's
for
gonna be so
playing, guys.
fun.
This was a really fun and stupid one shot.
Listen, that makes a perfect one shot, okay?
Mhm.
All right.
See you next time.
All right.
See you guys around.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.